What's up, people? Welcome to the GSC Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Lauchi, joined this week, as always, by Jamie C.
Hello.
Johnny.
Hello.
And Janny.
Hello.
It's a special week, guys. It's E3. We've seen the press conferences. We've seen what people are talking about, and now we're going to talk about it too, because that is what we do. So we're going to start by going over EA and Microsoft, but in the other way around, Microsoft and EA, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And basically just give our thoughts on what was shown. So let's start with Microsoft's conference. I'm going to go through most of the games that were shown during the conference, and then at the end we can give our thoughts on the conference as a whole. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So they opened up with Call of Duty, the new Call of Duty game. What did you guys think?
It's predictable. I thought it was a bit of a slow beginning.
Yeah, you could have put money on Call of Duty being the game that started it all, couldn't you?
Yeah.
There's no surprise there. They've got a lot of exclusivity with the game. Those little things that go up in the air and float about for a couple of seconds and then go to their target. I don't know what was going on with them. That was the funniest moment. But,
that was pretty good.
I see you're going to get somebody's going to have robot arm in this game for sure, right? So
yeah, my notes that I took whilst I was watching this trailer were COD is Crisis, lol no arm. So I wasn't really engaged and taking a lot of it in. There was quite a lot of Crisis-inspired elements in the gameplay footage that they showed. But it's still very Call of Duty. It was very focused in, you were really driven through I don't want to say in a straight line. They have opened it up a little bit, but it's still pretty much a corridor shooter with cinematic moments, man. But that's Call of Duty par for the course, man. So
is anyone interested in picking it up?
No.
I thought it looked cool. I don't think I'll buy it, but I appreciate that they're making an effort.
Me too. I'm with you on that one.
Cool.
I didn't think of a battle cat or anything. Anyway.
After Call of Duty, they moved on to Forza Horizon 2. What do you guys?
Yeah.
Did you guys see anything that you liked in that trailer? Because I've got some notes, but they're not really useful. My notes were Forza guy. Sorry, carry on. Go.
I was going to say, had I have seen it? Probably yes, because I still haven't played the first one, but I really, really wanted to. Because that whole open world driving thing, I think Test Drive did it first on the last gen. So yeah, and I would be really intrigued. Forza is probably one of the only reasons why I'd own an Xbox One anyway at the moment. So Horizon is a good incentive for me.
What was the guy's name? Is it I want to get it right. Is it Dan Greenberg or something? One of the heads that turned 10. I think
that might have been him. I didn't take his name down. I took the name down of the guy who played.
I think it's a shame because as far as developers go, they're one of the most intimate, focused teams out there. All right, intimate children. Right, yeah. But I think as far as that goes, yeah, they are doing a great job and they do care about their games. But I'm getting fed up of hearing driver talk. Can we just get rid of that, please?
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's still a thing.
They brought it up again. Some other standouts were the fact that they made a big deal about having the Nürburgring in there, even though that's in pretty much every racing game.
And it's so boring. Anyway.
And they made a big deal of saying there's a day-night cycle with dynamic weather, and for some reason I've written weather is drama. So I think that's something they might have said.
That's actually...
yeah.
That's actually good. That's interesting. That's really good because it means you could be... Having a changing weather effects in a racing game can really alternates how you race. So if done properly, it could be really good dynamic.
I don't know about the weather, man. Blue shells are blue shells, whether it's raining or shining.
Fucking raining blue shells.
Cool. So that was Forza Horizon 2. After that, we got to see a new trailer for Evolve from the guys that made Left 4 Dead.
Looks good.
Is this going to be something that might even come home with you guys, or are you just really not that bothered?
I think I would. I'd probably play it. It looks really great.
But I think in a world where we're going to be quite limited for what we buy at the end of this year now, because there's so much going on.
Yeah.
If I put that and Battlefield Hardline in front of you, which we'll get to in another podcast this week. But yeah, what, you're going to be really tight, or do you still think Battlefield wins? Or
I think Battlefield would. I think I'd get more out of Battlefield.
See, this is the thing. It's going to be a great game, but it's going to be a great game for people that play as 4 in a team every night.
Yeah.
And want to just take on the computer and stuff. And there's a lot of a bigger audience for games that have more players involved.
Did you miss the part? Did you miss the part where the monster is player controlled?
Yeah, no, I get that bit. Sorry, I'm just meaning we sometimes play online together, but we wouldn't only just play as us four. We'd play with a bigger social gathering against other bigger groups, and that's why Battlefield's a big game for me, because we're more immersed in a big team. When we do play things like Left 4 Dead, then I do like playing as the 4 people doing the story modes. I don't like the Evolve style. I think I'd rather have been one way or the other completely, not down this Evolve path. I don't know. It looks all right, though.
Well, I will say that there is no way that I am not going to be owning this game this year. My notes for Evolve were Evolve is love, Evolve is life. So
that's interesting.
I thought it looked amazing, man. I was really, really hyped.
I probably will end up buying it then. We'll see, won't we? Like I said, there's a lot going on. We'll get to them as we come along, but there's a lot for the rest of this year now. It's got to be one of the busiest Christmases ever.
I'm not saying no to it. So.
I like that idea.
Cool. After Evolve, we got to see a new trailer from Dragon Age Inquisition.
Oh yes, I'm all about that life.
It's looking better and better every time I see it. And it's also looking more like Witcher 3 every time I see it as well.
It does, doesn't it? There's an overlap between those two games.
One of the... I don't know whether they mentioned it in the Ubi conference or not. I mean, I guess we'll skip it in the Ubi conference because we're talking about it now, but there was a piece of gameplay shown where they were exploring an area, and the area was pretty damn big, but they said that it was one of the smaller areas in their game, but that area itself was bigger than Dragon Age 2, I think.
In the what conference, Ben?
In the Ubisoft conference.
Wait, hang on.
Sorry, I know we're not speaking about that yet, but since we're bringing up Dragon Age Inquisition now, it's kind of redundant to speak about it twice. So. Do
you mean in the EA one then?
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
God damn it! All right. But yeah, I think I really, really want this game, man.
Yeah.
Dragon Age 2 was a huge letdown for me, but I loved the first one to bits, and I don't know, the second one just didn't scratch the itch after I played the first one. So
yeah,
I don't know. I'm liking the look of the new dragon battles and stuff as well. They're really making a point of saying that these high dragons are the big bad of this universe, and these are going to be the epic moments when you get into conflicts with them. And to be honest, I don't know how much of that was scripted or how much of that will actually happen when you're playing the game, but some of it was phenomenal, man. And the fire effects look amazing.
Yeah, I thought that. It looks really bright, and they showed some combat, didn't they, in the EA conference? It looks pretty good. I'm excited.
Yeah, man. Okay, after Dragon Age Inquisition, we saw Sunset Overdrive, which had a really, really cool trailer.
Yeah, a bit of breaking the fourth wall and all that, I think. Yeah, it was good fun.
When the trailer starts, it started out with a sort of typical US Army soldier-looking dude pinned up and a load of guys in balaclava shooting up at him. He was low on bullets and stuff. And we were thinking, what the hell kind of game is this? This is just every other shooter. And then the door breaks in, and the poster boy for Sunset Overdrive walks out, and then all hell breaks loose. And that trailer was really strong, I think. Sunset Overdrive, kind of like Tony Hawk with guns.
Yeah, I like that idea when we were watching it live together. And Johnny? Did you come out with that idea that it was?
Yeah, it was
a bit like Tony Hawk's. Yeah, that was a good idea. I think that describes it pretty well. This is a game that I don't think I was originally excited for, but the more I've seen of it now,
looks decent.
The more I'm wanting an
looks
Xbox
fun.
One. But there's other reasons that I'm definitely going to get an Xbox One. But when that day comes, this will be a game that I pick up.
Awesome. After that, I don't even know if I've got this title right. I've got written down Super Ultra Dead Rising 3 Arcade Edition EX Plus Alpha.
That's right.
Yeah, best title ever, clearly.
Yep, great.
And it's DLC that's out now.
That's out right now, yeah?
Yeah.
I must have missed that, because I thought it was a new game, but...
It's just DLC for Dead Rising 3, and it's out now, right?
It looked a lot like Fusion Frenzy. There was a lot of sort of 4-player wacky mini-games going on.
Fusion Frenzy?
Fusion Frenzy.
The Xbox thing, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. There's just lots of Capcom 35th anniversary, right?
Yeah,
So
it looks good though.
it was a good trailer, pretty humorous, man. After that, we saw Disney Fantasia Music Evolved from Harmonix. The Halo
Wow.
of the music genre, man.
We saw a slide on the screen behind him,
Yeah.
and he kind of mentioned it before moving on to the next game. Didn't he?
And the next game, was the next game Dance Central?
Yeah, but that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. He briefly touched on Fantasia, but the main focus was to come back around to Dance Central.
And I feel like that was kind of poorly paced, or maybe I was distracted writing notes, but I didn't see the transition between Disney Fantasia and Dance Central, so I just assumed it was the same thing. But apparently, yeah, the new Dance Central game was announced without me noticing, even though I was watching. I don't know. Did they mention anything new about Dance Central?
Turned off, man.
Yeah.
To be honest, I kind of gave up. Dance Central, for the first game, it was the reason I wanted the Kinect, and I'm not going to lie about that. It blew me away getting hands-on with it before the Kinect was released, and I wanted one after that, but it's just kind of old news now, and I don't think they are doing too much to it.
It's kind of exactly how I feel, man. So let's just move on from that then. Fable Legends was up next. They showed us some gameplay footage. My notes go as follows. Fable Legends is definitely not shit, despite how shit it looks. That run cycle, fucking shoulder pad, innovative, lol, no thank you.jpg. Pretty much summed up my entire thought process as I watched their gameplay trailer.
Yeah, I mean, Fable 1 fans don't want it, but newer Fable fans probably do. So if you are a Fable 1 fan, you probably like us just sitting there going, just fuck off, get off our screen. We'll see. But I did predict there'd be gameplay, didn't I? So we'll see about that one in the rumour game.
Well, I always play Fable for the story, right? So I kind of like the world that they'd crafted. This game just looks like a 4-player multiplayer experience. It doesn't look like it's built with story in mind. So I have literally no intention of playing it whatsoever. After that, we got to see, is it Spark? Or something?
Yeah, Project Spark, yeah.
Project Spark, something like that. All I've got in my notes is Conker in some shit game. So
yeah, so Conker hasn't been seen in a game since 2006, 2007. If you're going to bring back somebody remembered for the likes of the big poo monster boss fight, you really didn't want to put him into Project Spark. I think he needed to go somewhere else. But hey, I guess it could be the revival of him.
That is the most horrible twist I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Man. Conker walked out, he chainsawed the logo in half, walked out to the front, and I thought, oh, cool, so these guys are going to be developing the new Conker game, are they? I'm down, let me see what they can do. And then they were like, oh yeah, Conker's going to be available in our game coming soon. So you're giving me Conker DLC for your fucking E for everybody, like, family game, right? Even though Conker's from a mature rated game.
With a chainsaw, I might add.
Yeah. I'm not really sure how that works, but who knows, man. After that, we got to see Ori and the Blind Forest, which I've got written here on my notes. Best game on Xbox One, absolutely stunning visuals, genuine emotion in the trailer.
I was going to say I've starred this alongside all my notes for the conferences. I've starred some of the games that stood out to me, and this is the first one that really gripped me. I'm a bit gutted at the moment that it is exclusive to Xbox. Like I said, there is an excuse to get one coming soon, but this will be one of those games you have to pick up.
Yeah, undoubtedly, man. Like, as I was watching this trailer, I was spellbound. Like, the visuals, the music, everything was just perfect. This is a game that I am so jealous that I don't have an Xbox One right now. I would buy it in an instant, man. I'm planning on picking one up after the things that we've seen at E3, and this will definitely be on my to purchase list, man. It just looks amazing. The stuff they did in the conference as well, where, you know, sort of the twinkles were happening on the screen, and then they happened all over the auditorium. They know that they've got something special.
That did seem to be a theme throughout, though. A lot of the videos were using the auditorium lighting to complement the what was going on. And one later on, I won't spoil it if you haven't seen it. Check out the Batman gameplay that was shown, and yeah, you'll see that they use the auditorium lighting as well in a similar way.
Cool. After that, we got bombarded with a lot of Halo information. First, we got some new footage from Halo 5, which looks like Halo, man. They showed that there's going to be other people in like power armor sort of watching Chief. Alluded that there's going to be a lot more sort of emotional things going on with the Chief this time after losing Cortana in the previous game. Spoilers. I'm excited. I've always loved the Halo franchise. Definitely down for playing more Halo. In a first-person shooter scene that is dominated by sort of Call of Duty style skirmish games, there really is like no other competitor for Halo in terms of like arena shooters right now. So I am all over that. What did you guys think? I guess you guys don't like Halo, do you? So
No, that's not fair to say. I did really enjoy Halo 3. I think it's some of the best online shooter I've played, but I couldn't see myself going back and replaying these titles. I mean, I never played the first Halo, so where the story begins, it's never really been a big thing for me. I can see why people enjoy it though, but like I said, I just wouldn't want to go back and play them all.
So you're talking there about the Master Chief Collection, yeah?
Yeah.
Which
yeah,
is what
right.
they progressed on to talk about. Which is a collection of Halo 1 Anniversary, Halo 2 Anniversary, which is brand new. They just announced that. I believe I mentioned that I thought it was going to be a thing in the rumour game. I didn't think it was going to be in a set like this. Halo 3, which I'm not sure whether they've redone the multiplayer maps and stuff for Halo 3 or whether that's just going to be a port or not. They didn't really allude to it in the conference. And Halo 4. And that's going to be available, I believe, at the end of this year. And it's going to have 4,000 gamer score. Yay! For people who love achievements.
They did make a big focus of that, didn't they? The 4,000 gamer score. And the crowd went wild, so I guess people still like gamer score.
But that wasn't the end of the Halo news that we had there. There's also going to be... Well, they gave more information on the Halo TV series that's happening. It's got a title now. It's Halo Nightfall. I would watch it, I guess. I'm not really super excited for that, though.
Did I see that if you buy the 1 to 4, you get the Nightfall series in there as well?
I believe so. I think that was the thing that they said.
Like that.
And then they ended by saying that the Halo 5 Guardians beta will be available in November. After that, we got some more really impressive stuff. The new game Inside by the creators of Limbo, which is the spiritual sequel, I believe, to Limbo. So
gorgeous. I think it's Playdead, isn't it? The studio.
Yeah.
Limbo had a really, now iconic style, and a lot of places use it. I've seen some trials levels using it, and it's really fun to see that. And I just think they're progressing, and they're showing that they can still do something simplistic, but still so artistic as well. I'm looking forward to that one.
Looks good.
I never finished Limbo. I got bored.
You saying what?
I got bored. So hopefully,
how can you get bored playing a 3-hour game, man?
Hopefully, Inside is better than Limbo. That's controversial. Afterwards, we got to see a woman sat on a bench from behind, and we all thought, this has got to be Perfect Dark. This is Perfect Dark. Turns out it was a new Tomb Raider game with the worst title that they could have ever fucking picked. They decided to call it Rise of the Tomb Raider. My notes are Rise of the Tomb Raider, laugh my fucking ass off, fuck off. So I'm pretty sure that is the hardest I've laughed in a long time. When that came up, my face was hurting, I was sweating, my chest hurt. I was laid out laughing for about 2 minutes straight, man.
I've heard the next one after this is Dawn of the Tomb Raider as well.
It wouldn't surprise me. Stick Redemption on the end, or Revelations on the end as well, if you want to be even more generic.
Rise of the Dawn of the Justice of the Tomb Raider. That's the next one.
Oh my god, man, it was
Fuck
bad.
off though, man. Like, at the end of the day, Tomb Raider is still one of the best games in recent memory.
Yep.
So hopefully they can just continue to evolve that story and give us even more.
I wish they showed gameplay though, because anyone can do a nice CGI trailer, but
that wasn't CGI. That was in engine, man.
Was it?
Yeah.
You're in engine.
Have you seen the Tomb Raider, whatever that other version is, the version that Jamie played on PS4?
Yeah.
Just Tomb Raider, yeah.
Yeah, that version that was released for PS4, doesn't look that much worse than the stuff that they showed, man. Visually, they're very close. So I'm convinced that was in engine. It wasn't CG. Either way, it's going to be a good game, man. It's just got a shitty title.
Yeah, of course.
After Tomb Raider, we got to see The Division again.
Oh.
My notes are The Division. Please don't watch Dogs on me. Still looks sublime. The thing I loved about this is despite seeing Watch Dogs in 2012 and then seeing it again in 2013 and it looking different, this time it looked exactly the same. This stuff that we
Looks
saw,
phenomenal.
this stuff that we saw for The Division looks exactly like that initial reveal trailer they showed. And I cannot wait to play it, man.
Thinking about games where you rely on a team of 4 and thinking back to Evolve earlier, this is one that would just, this is going to work. This is what you want. This is the future of squad-based gaming, isn't it?
It
just looks so good.
Really, really strong.
It's like The Last of Us on the battlefield or something.
Anyway, after The Division, we got to see a new title from Platinum Games, exclusive on Xbox One, called Scalebound, which looked
This
like...
is Devil May Dragon, yeah?
Yeah, it looked like a fusion of Monster Hunter and Devil May Cry. Pretty damn
That's not a bad
impressive,
thing,
man.
is it?
Not a bad thing at all. That's like fusing 2 awesome things into one new mound of awesomeness, man. That lead character was clearly Dante, though.
But again, it was just all CGI, so I can't be hyped for a CGI trailer because you can make anything look great. So until we see something solid,
I'm cautiously optimistic, man, because Platinum makes some amazing action titles, and
it's true. I do love Platinum, so
just the
I'm sure.
concept itself of being a sort of badass warrior who can, for the looks of things, absorb the power of monsters to like create armor sets and stuff. That's what you did in the trailer. It looks awesome, man. Definitely a cool looking one. And finally, at the end of the conference, my notes say my geography teacher introduces motherfucking new Crackdown. New Crackdown. Jamie,
which means I now have to buy an Xbox One. I've alluded to it all the way through this podcast so far that there's reasons I have to get one now. Well, I always said, and my wife as well said that once there's a Crackdown game out on Xbox One, we get one. So there we go.
And they showed a really, really cool looking trailer. If you can do even half of the things that they showed off in this trailer in game, it's going to be amazing.
I mean, they need to find a good medium between the previous games. A lot of people hated number 2, rightfully so in a sense. It wasn't as good. Now, number 1 for me was a great game, and it had similarities to the first Assassin's Creed for me, in that you would have targets set out all over your map already, and then you could just go pick them off. But it felt like Assassin's Creed in that you were assassinating these targets, and you had like a map to go by and stuff. But that's it. I liked that first game when everybody was on the map, but then they still had difficulty levels. You wouldn't essentially know it at first, but you had to try and take them down. And if you failed, maybe go back when you're a bit stronger.
Yeah.
Just giving you the choice as you go along. And if they can go back a bit to that, then I'm excited.
But I mean,
I want to see more driving up buildings.
Oh, yes. That looked awesome.
That was a great key thing in the first game. I mean, you saw your cars evolve. When your driving skills got better, the cars changed. And you could see how powerful your car was becoming. And yeah, you'd start driving up the buildings. You get that. You get the big, like all-terrain car up to the highest level. You could just climb up a wall. Brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant.
Let's have more of that. Yeah.
The trailer looks really strong. It definitely looks more Crackdown 1 than Crackdown 2, which is all I could have asked for from a new Crackdown game.
It's the positive, isn't it?
Yeah. So really excited. And that was, I believe, the last thing we saw at the Microsoft conference. They ended on it. So, what did you guys think altogether?
I thought it was all right, actually. I thought it was pretty good overall. Nothing surprising, though, but...
In my opinion, this is the best conference they've done in years.
Yeah, definitely much better than their last one.
90 minutes, very, very well paced, in my opinion. Focusing on the games. Hardly any bullshit in there. No, like, oh, here's Usher and stuff. Like, none of that bollocks. Just, this is our new focus. Here are the games that you can get for our system. Like, just pow, all the way through.
Yeah, no focus on Kinect either, which was surprising, I thought.
Who's the new head of Microsoft? Or Xbox?
Phil Spencer.
Phil Spencer. It's him, man. He knows. Like, people, like, not hardcore gamers don't really care about Kinect. And he knows that. That's why it's no longer essential and it's going to be available without it. And why he didn't focus on it in this conference, man.
Push Kinect on your advert break on the X Factor final nearer to Christmas. Don't push it at a gamers conference. That's basically the rules. Right?
Yep.
Do it that way around. But yeah, Microsoft conference, I'll take away Crackdown and say, yeah, that's a console seller to me. I'll take away Inside So that's a game I pick up as well. And then Sunset Overdrive, that becomes a game that I would definitely buy now as well. So they're my like exclusive highlights. Definitely have to get an Xbox One when Crackdown's out.
I'd echo all of those, except add the Halo stuff in for me. And I know you forgot to mention Ori and the Blind Forest, because that you'd have been all over that as well. So
I think Ori was my favourite.
I thought it looked really freaking strong. Really good conference. So much better than their previous one.
Yeah, so well done. Oh.
Janny, any games on there that make you want an Xbox One?
None that we've already mentioned, or as you guys already said about Crackdown. Bearing in mind that I didn't actually play the first one, but not through want of trying. I just never got around to it. So with that and Forza Horizon, I guess.
Crackdown 1 was a lovely surprise, man, because I bought that game for the Halo 3 beta thinking this game's just going to be a throwaway. All I want to play is the Halo 3 beta. Turned out to be fucking awesome. So
Crackdown 1 came out when I was unemployed at one time, right? Back in like 2007, I was between jobs. I must say, if this game hadn't been released, I would have found a job quicker. So that's how much I love Crackdown 1.
Jenny, I'm not sure if you saw the stuff for Ori and the Blind Forest, but definitely do check that out, mate. I think it was the standout of Microsoft's conference. Crackdown's a given that it's going to be good, but Ori and the Blind Forest was the big surprise for me. So check that one out, man.
Okay.
Cool. All right, let's quickly move into EA, because I think we covered a lot of their games in that anyway. They started off by showing us some new footage. I say footage, it was like a developer diary for Battlefront, the new Battlefront.
They had some in-game engine though, didn't they?
Yeah, they showed us some of the stuff that they're working on, some animation cycles for walkers. They showed us that speeder bikes are going to be in there, and the environments look lush, man. It's going to be good. I'm impressed by what I've seen so far. Do you guys think a new Battlefront game could work?
I mean, because it's DICE, yes. If it was anybody else, I probably wouldn't have been so fussed. But to hear DICE doing it, I'm excited. Like,
they are in a win-win situation, because by the time this game's ready to come out, Star Wars Episode 7 is going to be a thing, and they get to just put on the trailer from the team that brought you Battlefield, or from the creators of Battlefield, comes this new Star Wars game. When the hype train's going to be huge for Star Wars, I think it's going to be big, man.
From the team that taught fucking Call of Duty how to suck dick.
All right. After we saw that, we saw some new Dragon Age Inquisition stuff. It was kind of weird. They brought a celloist out to play over the trailer.
Yeah,
just a celloist there.
Afterwards, they put her back in the box, and I swear she's still there.
Yeah, she just like got reversed back and then closed off. It was all stuff that we'd pretty much seen in the previous conference, though. There was a little bit of gameplay actually shown this time, but it was stuff that looked so similar to the trailer, it's not really worth talking about. There was an enemy that looked like Slender Man. In my notes, I've got Slender Man confirmed, so not sure how that's going to play out. After that, we carried on to some more BioWare stuff. They confirmed that the new Mass Effect game is in production, but I believe it's Casey Hudson, lead developer. His team aren't actually working on the new Mass Effect game. They're working on a new IP completely with contemporary themes.
Yeah, not much to go on really, but
the idea of a BioWare game that deals with contemporary themes is really exciting to me, though, man. If it's set in sort of modern day, kind of, I know people hated Alpha Protocol, but I loved Alpha Protocol for what it was. An actual BioWare version set in modern day could be amazing, man. So I'm really excited about that. Also hyped that there's a new Mass Effect game coming, because that's never a bad thing. Afterwards, we got to see a new Sims game. Good times. Anyone actually give a shit about that?
No, something about laughing them to death and how that woman was a bitch, but I don't know, there's nothing.
I can read you my notes to sum up what we thought of this. My notes go, new Sims. Johnny is bored. He hopes it ends soon. Ricky is on the verge of falling asleep. Obama confirmed. Highest selling franchise of all time. Oh god, a trailer. That's because they went through a load of gameplay stuff and a load of talking and then showed us a trailer as if it wasn't already going on too long. Afterwards, we moved into their sports franchises. We got to see...
Moving on.
Yeah, nobody cares about Sims. Sims 4, guys. It's going to be.
No, I mean about the sports franchises. I mean, are we really going to go through them?
Well, I mean, they showed off UFC, which was very Bruce Lee heavy, considering it's a sports game. Pretty much all of their marketing and gameplay demonstration was showing off Bruce Lee's in our game. Look, guys,
wow.
Bruce Lee.
Do you think maybe like early numbers for pre-orders were low, so they've had to put focus on that instead?
Maybe, I'm not sure. I mean, it looks amazing. The game looks really good, but
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It's got about
UFC.
5 animations for the whole game, though, so it's not asking much power of the game. So it can look as good as it wants.
I don't know. If you like UFC, if you used to be a cage fighter, like a lot of you out there, you're gonna love it. So let's move on to something that other people care about. NHL 15.
No.
No.
Okay, right. I'm not a big hockey fan, and the rules sometimes escape me. They seem a bit silly, but that game looks stunning. You want to talk about visuals? That game looks fantastic.
I'll
Right.
agree with that.
I'll tell you where I am. I like ice hockey because of one of the old games back on the SNES, but they seem... I haven't played one in the past 10, 15 years that's actually been worth playing. They're not fun. EA can't seem to grasp at that, and I think it might just be another NBA 2K14, which looks amazing, but it doesn't have a lot of replay value.
Really?
For
NBA 2K14's awesome.
hardcore fans. No, when was the last time you played it?
Like a week ago, man. I play it fairly often, actually.
Oh, shut up.
I don't own it. I play it at a friend's house, man. But it's.
I like
Right,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
My notes for NHL 15: Canadians fighting on ice with a hockey minigame in the back. There you go.
Canadian-y.
Canadian. Moving on, Criterion's new game. We were all speculating before this was announced there was going to be a shooter of some kind. We were wrong.
Well,
Gianni's
Okay.
Twitter sums it up.
yeah. This is coming from... Criterion really fucked me off. They said they didn't want to be typecasted by Burnout, and so you'd have thought... Well, we all discussed and we agreed that it's not going to be a racing game. And they go and come out with a racing game.
I know.
So,
It's not a racing game.
It's totally a fucking racing
It is a
game.
racing game. Everything is a race. I mean, I think the idea will be that there's just an open world and you can go and do what you want, but it's still a racing game. Whether you're sky
Burnout,
jumping
perhaps.
or on ATVs or whatever, it's all racing each other.
so
I thought it was
Yeah.
going to be a helicopter simulator at first.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Got really worried.
It don't look that much better.
Yeah.
Helicopters, wingsuits, and jet skis. Good times, man.
do not care for.
Yeah, a bit disappointed.
Do not care. The new PGA Tour game. My notes say PGA Tour ... next.
PGA Tour Mario Golf, man.
Yeah, there's going
Yeah.
to be some interesting Battlefield-inspired levels and stuff by the looks of things.
Ooh.
So you can
So
play
if you-
golf
if-
in that.
Yeah, if you like golf, I suppose could be
Yeah,
interesting.
there must be a lot of people who play Battlefield and love golf.
Hmm,
It's
sure.
the same demographic, yeah.
I used to be a golfer. Sorry, it's a joke. Come on. Sorry.
Played mini golf.
Afterwards, we got to see some Madden NFL 15. My notes for
Oh,
this
that I
are
don't
also
care about.
Madden NFL 15 ... next.
American rugby. Yep.
Yep, nobody.
I
cares
wasn't even
about that.
impressed by the graphics or anything. I just thought it looks really bland.
Apparently,
But
they
these sports
improved defensive play. That was what they were saying.
Defense. Get it right, not defense.
Defense.
Statistically speaking, defense is almost half the game. That's what the guy actually said.
Yep.
Those are the words that came out of his mouth.
Statistically speaking, I don't give a shit about any of these franchises.
They then announced a new MOBA title called Dawngate. Apparently, it's being built by MOBA pros and stuff, so they're building it to appeal to people who are pro at MOBA games. My notes say, Dawngate looks cool, but in a world where LoL and Dota exist, why does this exist?
It's true. It's just unnecessary. I don't think anyone was pining for another one.
They're so well established now, those two titles, that like
Yeah,
you're not going to steal their player base.
and they're free. I mean,
Yeah.
So you just why bother?
So I wasn't really impressed by that at all. Really impressed by what they showed next, though. Mirror's Edge 2.
Yeah, just it's like some concept stuff, wasn't it? It's not been nailed down yet.
It
or
looks
anything, but
it looks like they're really focusing on the use of color in this one. That like everything's kind of washed out except the reds, which I actually love the use of grayscale with only red, man. It's so
Yeah.
cool.
So they just removed the blue.
Pretty much.
No, there's,
I mean,
the
like,
enemies are blue.
there is some color, but it's very, very minimal. So they made a point of saying that, like, when they use color, they're using it for a reason. It's going to be important when you see color. So,
Like in Luther.
I guess so. I don't know.
What a great connection.
Fucking hell, man.
Sorry.
My notes were minimalistic use of color is very pretty. There's a lot of multiple paths in the gameplay that they were showing. The parkour combat looks like it's been refined and it's really fluid this time, and impactful as well. You can really feel the impact when she fucking kicks him in the face. It was pretty damn impressive.
It was.
I feel bad that I didn't play the original. I don't know why I didn't end up playing the original. No, I never played Mirror's Edge 1. Despite everybody singing its praise, I was part of the problem. There you go.
I mean, it defines so much going forward. Like, Uncharted now uses yellow pipes to guide the way, and you're seeing it a lot more in games now, and I put it down to Mirror's Edge, obviously.
Well, I'll definitely be picking up Mirror's Edge 2, that's for sure. Afterwards, we got FIFA 15. Good times, man.
Statistically speaking, defense is almost half the game. No Drake this year, though, which is a bonus.
That's true. My notes for FIFA 15 are: FIFA 15, players have memories. Feel the physicality, man to man. Emotion, guys.
What?
Also,
grass stains on your socks and stuff.
Also, Idris Elba, fuck yeah, because he voiced the trailer.
Brand new ball physics. I think they said it every single year, but
yeah,
you know, highlight that.
New realistic physics engine makes it unpredictable.
They're always playing with their balls.
Do you guys want to mention anything about FIFA? I don't really give a fuck about FIFA, to be honest.
I think it's a given. I think every year me and Gianni both say we're not going to buy it, and then we end up buying it. So I think it's just going to be the same again. There's no point worrying about it, is there? What would be a given for me is that this year PES is actually coming to new current gen. So I might give their game a go if the reviews come in strong. What I'm going to say then is I'm not going to commit to one until I know on the week whether or not the new PES is going to be any good.
Yeah.
And we'll see from there. Because I'd quite like to give PES a go on the new consoles.
Yeah, I'm going to try not commit to one until Christmas.
Okay, cool. After FIFA, we got to probably the highlight of their conference, which is Battlefield Hardline. Now, I had seen nothing about Battlefield Hardline. I know there was a trailer of alpha footage leaked a while back, so everyone had seen something. I stayed clear of that. I didn't bother watching it at all. So this was the first I'd seen of this game, and holy shit, this game looks amazing. Absolutely stunning, man. Jesus Christ. Basically, we're looking at a Battlefield game that, rather than being armies clashing against each other in the Middle East, is cops and robbers, man. And it looks super, super cool. What did you guys think of it?
Great. It's great. We have to get it, and we have to play it.
I'd say, yeah, like yourself, Ben, I avoided that leaked trailer, and I've not seen anything going into E3. Yeah, grapple hooks, man. Getting away on motorbikes. I love squad-based games, and I'd rather do that than play something like Call of Duty. And that's where we do not Call of Duty, and I do definitely, but I mean it no harm. I just don't want to play an arcadey one-man shooting team. I want to play in a big squad that feels like I'm playing in a big squad, or a team that's got a goal. And this is why I like the Kane and Lynch multiplayer, because the heists in that, given the gun like leaning back as you shoot, too much recoil. But other than that, I think that online was really good fun. So this is something similar in a way, but with the Battlefield vibe.
This looks great, man. If I'm not doing a very good job of explaining my mindset, but my notes do it better than I ever could, right? So this is from the start of the trailer as I was taking notes watching it, right? Battlefield Hardline, cops and robbers, looking shit hot. The more I hear, the better it sounds. I want this game. Holy shit, I want this. Oh my fucking god. I want this. COD can eat a dick. Fuck me, the beta is live now. Adam Boyes arrives to tell us it's available now on PS4. I love that guy. That is what went through my head as I watched the trailer, man.
And then, statistically speaking, defense is nearly half of the game.
It works with everything.
It does work with everything.
But that is the end. I think that's all I've got notes wise for EA's conference. I think they may have ended with Battlefield, so
It's a good place to finish off.
it is a very good place to finish off because that game looks absolutely stunning. What did you guys make of the EA press conference as a whole?
It was okay. It was okay.
As your whole. Like I said, FIFA's a given. Battlefield, yes, and obviously Mass Effect, seeing a Krogan just screaming at the camera from a new Battlefield, it excites every little element of a Mass Effect fan, doesn't it? Every little bit of his meat.
It does. I'm trying not to fangasm because the stuff.
No, I'm the same. We could have a whole podcast dedicated to the Mass Effect, like 5 seconds. But yeah, give me more Mass Effect. I still think there'll be a Mass Effect 1 to 3 coming over to the new one as well. But
all right,
it's gonna be nice.
On the whole, I'm going to say that EA's conference was the weakest of the lot. There was a lot of wasted time with The Sims. That announcement didn't need to be anywhere near that long. It doesn't help that I'm not a fan of most sports games, and they have to show off their new sports games because I know people love them, but to me, it just felt like I can't wait to see what is coming next and not this shit. So
with Gianni, do you play Dragon Age?
No.
Oh, right, okay.
I didn't like the first one. I just couldn't get into them. I thought they were clunky. I don't know. I don't really want to make the comparison I'm about to, so I'm not going to.
Oh no! Why not, man? Go for it. So the first one felt a lot like it was trying very hard to pay homage to Baldur's Gate. Maybe too much. I loved it because I love Baldur's Gate, but then they went too far the other way in Dragon Age 2, scrimping on content and stuff, reusing the same dungeon over and over, but giving it a much better combat system. So I'm hoping they found the middle ground here in this new game, man.
The communication, the conversation wheels got better, didn't they, in number 2 as well?
Certainly, yeah. In a way, the conversation system in Dragon Age 2 was better than Mass Effect, man.
Yeah. Well, they were upgrading as they went along, weren't they? But I think you're right, though. The combat system in number 2 was there for gamers like myself. Because in number 1, it just felt more like chess again. It felt like I was stuck to certain squares of the map. It felt a bit too gridded out for me. And I like free movement. I like to be able to just move around and attack. And it felt like if I committed to attack in number 1, I got stuck in a certain spot and I had to be facing a certain way. It just didn't feel right. So, yeah, find a happy blend. Get the big scale of number 1 with the big dragons and get me a good combat system.
Awesome. On the whole, then, out of those two conferences, Microsoft is very, very strong. Strongest one they've done in years. EA, not so much. I don't like to be that guy that agrees with the internet when they say that EA is a bit of a terrible company because they make some games that I love, but parts of it felt very corporate, and I know they're a corporation, so it should feel like that, but I don't know. I didn't really enjoy their conference at all. If I was going to rate the conferences, Microsoft's was fucking really strong. I give that one maybe an 8 or 9 out of 10. EA, it's got to be a 5 out of 10. What about you guys? Individual ratings from each of you.
I'm not doing ratings, fuck off.
Rate it, you bitch. Come on.
Okay, what I would say then, I thought we'd do this right at the end, but I thought Microsoft was very strong. EA, we're just going to see sports from them, aren't we? So that's what they're there for now. Like, obviously people kicked off about Microsoft last year having too much sport.
Yeah.
And the whole thing, but that's why EA are there. Let them do all the sporty stuff. It's their games, that are doing sports. And we don't, 2K don't exactly do a conference thing, do they? So you got to get all your sports in with EA. I don't want to give it ratings, sorry, but
fair enough.
Microsoft are strong. I'll give Microsoft 4 Phil Spencers.
4 Phil Spencers.
And I'll give EA, I don't know.
His name's Eve something. I don't know.
I don't know. I'll give EA like all of my DICE love and all of my BioWare love.
Cool. So, did you guys want to add anything?
No, it's pretty much the same sort of thing.
Awesome.
Microsoft was very strong. EA's sports.
Cool. Well, that was the Microsoft and EA press conferences. There was a lot of stuff to like, some stuff to not like, but you can like us on Facebook, GSC Games. Follow us on Twitter at GSC_games. If you want to get in contact with any of us individually, our Twitter tags will be down in the description. And we will see everybody next time.
What?
Cool, man. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.